But God on purpose allowed the 7 years famine to hit the whole world because He wants to reconcile a father and a son. There was a great famine in the time of Jacob as well. Now, it is mentioned that Joseph, in 7 years, the years Egyptians will be flourishing. Another 7 years, there will be famine. At that season, the whole world was hit by the famine. Hallelujah. Now, when Jacob saw that there was grain in Egypt, he told his 10 sons, saying that, go and get some grain in Egypt. If you don't go, we all will die without food. That means it's so severe in the time of Jacob. Now, in the time of Jacob, in his old age, there's another famine. All his sons were grown up. They all become great men in their place. But at that time, when he was an old man, that time there was a famine. Hallelujah. And this is where he sent his 10 sons to Egypt to get the grain. Now, we all know the story of Joseph. Joseph is also one of the sons of Jacob, where the 10 of the brothers sold him. What he did? They sold him as a slave, and he ended up being a slave and then become a prisoner. And finally, by God's mercy, favor and grace, he was exalted to be the prime minister of Egypt. This Joseph was exalted by God himself. Hallelujah. See, as for Jacob, he thought that Joseph has already died. He's no more alive. One side the heart says, I might meet my son one day. Another says that, he has gone forever. The separation time between Joseph and Jacob is around 27 years. 13 years before he became a prime minister. A 7 year, a flourisher. So it becomes 20 years. Another 7 year, which is the famine. Hallelujah. So average of 20 to 27 years, they were separated from each other. And Jacob thought that Joseph has died, no longer alive. Hallelujah. But God on purpose allowed the 7 years famine to hit the whole world because He wants to reconcile a father and a son. Amazing or not? He allowed a famine to come upon the whole world because He wants his son Jacob to be reconciled with his son Joseph. See, Jacob was telling Joseph, now let me die since I have seen your face because you are alive. Hallelujah. Imagine how much the father has been longing to see his favorite son Joseph. Imagine that, how long he has been keeping that in his heart. That elderly man was waiting to see. He was thinking that only through my death I can meet my son in heaven. That could be his hope. Hallelujah. But God, through the famine, what happened? He allowed the father and the son to reconcile. Likewise, this pandemic has brought close many families together. Do you agree with me? Those days, both the husband and wife, the husband go to work, the wife go to work, children go to daycare or babysitter house, or maybe the grandparents' house. We do not know what's happening. You don't know what the wife is doing outside there. You don't know what the husband is doing outside there. This is the kind of family life that many were living. Even today, many are working, but then they're working at home. So all are together at home. So due to this, husband might have an affair, wife might have an affair. Things are going, the husband do not know what the wife is going through. The wife do not know what the husband is going through. There's a miscommunication all the time. And they both the husband and wife are always eager to be away from each other. There are many times, people who come for counseling say that, Pastor, I always wait for Monday. I ask why? Because Monday I go back to office, I don't want to see all these troubles in the home. The same thing the husband will say, I don't want to see and look at her face, so I'm waiting for Monday. Hallelujah. So this is the kind of life that many people are living. But God brought them into a situation, whether you like it or not, you have to see each other daily through this lockdown. Say, God is very smart than us. Hallelujah. If you say, no, I don't want that, He said, no, you have to be there. That God has brought in a spiritual connection, a spiritual bonding which is supposed to be there in the beginning. But through this pandemic, God has done this. Hallelujah. That's what I'm telling you. In every famine, every pandemic, there is a good purpose. This is the thing. Now, wife is being open to the husband, and the husband being open to the wife. They share each other, telling what to be done, discuss so many things. Those days, I'm after my work, like keep on nagging me, I can't take it, like that. Now sit and talk, okay, let's do it in this way. This is the best way. This pandemic is not to separate the family, it's to bring them to be closer. Hallelujah. So this is the reason why God allowed. And even the children, many parents, they do not know what their children will be doing. We do not know what they're doing out there. When you are at work, your children, they could be 5 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, 13, 15. We do not know what they're doing in their room. In this age, more of all, there's a gadget. If you go to work giving them a gadget at home, you know what will happen? They will go to all the bad sides of in the internet, which can influence them to do something wrong. Today, every kind of tutorial are there in the YouTube. You can do everything that you want YouTube itself. Hallelujah. They can learn all kind of wicked things. So, God has a purpose to put you at home so that you can monitor your children and know the kind of attitude that they have, so that it can help you to monitor them from time to time, even after the lockdown. When you train them up, they will never live that way. Even when you are not there, they will follow that same way. That is the reason God has allowed this. Your children can easily lie to you when you spend time with them once in a week. Because that's the time, maybe on Sunday or Saturday you'll be free at home. But now 7 days in a week you're at home, they can't hide from you anything. Even if they hide, you will find out somehow they are lying or not. And through that you can study their future. When God gives you a family, it's for you to know about each other. And that is the reason why God allowed this lockdown, this pandemic. Hallelujah. So that the bonding of family will grow stronger and stronger. That is the reason, or else it will never grow. We don't have time to focus on anything. We are so much into the world, so much into the work, so much into our gadget. Even at home also, you'll be looking at your phone all the time. And that will happen when you come back from your work, looking at the phone all the time. So where are you going to get time for your family? Now, since morning to night you are at home, you can't be looking at your phone because you will get tired. How long you want to keep watching your Facebook and also your Instagram? You put it aside, you pay attention to your family members. That is the reason. So this is actually a blessing. It's not a curse. Pandemic is not a curse. It's a blessing. If you ask me, then Pastor, those people who died, it is according to God's will. Those who have to go, they have to go. Those who have to live, they will live. Hallelujah. We can't stop anything. Even siblings who are always against each other, they come together. Because siblings are the greatest enemy for each other. But at home, no choice. Because your friends are all outside and they are at their home. And you are at your home. Now your own brother or sister became your close friend. So God is making this to happen. When two kind of people are locked into the same place without a choice, they will begin to adjust each other and live together. They will never kill each other. They never kill each other. They will adjust their life and live growing together. But what is the main purpose God did this is that so you will have peace at your home. Hallelujah. Every life belongs to God. Nothing is rejected by God. So I'm telling you, some of you has already begun to experience the love and peace at home, and some about to receive the peace and love at your home. God is going to make peace in your home. Hallelujah. Every unforgiving heart will begin to forgive and reconcile.